Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and today we're talking about glitches, or at least that's the term I'm going to use as a coverall for the issues I'm going to go over, because in my mind Battlefield 1 is the home of glitches, at least where AAA titles are concerned. Now there may be other games out there that have as many or more issues, but in terms of big budget releases that I've played, BF1 is the ultimate example of just baffling in-game inconsistencies and frustrations. Now this isn't a full-on complaint video or a rant or anything like that, and many of you will know that I really enjoy this game, and I think DICE did a fantastic job on it in a lot of ways, but I also cover the negatives when I see fit, and today is a day where I intend to do just that, but in a somewhat calm and reasonable manner, or at least that's the intention. So this is the culmination of observing the multitude of weird problems that clearly aren't supposed to be in the game. It's been very nearly 2 years since the release of BF1, and in all honesty, we probably shouldn't still be experiencing this level of glitchiness. Actually, we definitely shouldn't be. At this stage, it can become very frustrating to deal with them on a near constant basis. So the main point of this video is that I don't want to see this amount of glitches in Battlefield 5 sticking around for the long term. It can't happen again. So your job is to let me know in the comment section which glitches you find most frustrating, and let me know if you think I missed any out. And just quickly, the background footage is going to be leftover cut clips from recent videos because it didn't seem at all worth it to go out and try to specifically record absolutely loads of glitches to fill out the video on this occasion. I'm sure you guys can relate to pretty much everything I'm going to say anyway. Oh, and also join the new Discord server if you haven't already. Link in the description and my pinned comment. It's a good time in there. You get to talk to me, other people from the community, link up people to play with, etc. Make sure you do it. But let's start this list, and we're going to kick off with a big one for me. If you've seen my BF1 streams, you know I hate the mantling system in this game, i.e. the climbing, etc. I don't hate it when it works, because when it works it's actually pretty cool. But let's be real, people, it's inconsistent in the extreme. And it's not just one mantling glitch, it's many. How many of these do you recognize? There's being unable to mantle over something on the first or second or whatever attempt, but then it'll randomly magically work at some point after that. There's your soldier deciding to lie down instead of mantling over something, which then often results in you also being unable to run for a second or two for some reason. Or what about when your soldier decides to mantle over two things rather than one? You know, when there's a small object followed by a larger object, so for some reason you just jump both of them at once, which can throw you off high ledges sometimes, etc. Or the king of all mantle glitches, the Perpetual mantle animation, where you get stuck climbing something over and over again until death. It's rare, but it happens. In fact, it's happened on my stream. Movement in an FPS game can be absolutely key, and being unsure of how a mantle will work can really cloud your decision making and get you killed when it doesn't work properly. This shouldn't still be in the game after 2 years. I say that with 100% conviction. But there's a lot more than just mantling issues. There's what I call the lie down stand up game, where your soldier lies prone but then decides to stand straight back up again, often resulting in you receiving a bullet to the face. Or what about Battlefield essentially ignoring your desire to reload or use equipment sometimes? It just straight up ignores your button or key press. That's incredibly frustrating. What about it failing to register you smashing a window? It decides that that piece of glass and or wood is now impenetrable by your melee weapon, so enjoy smacking thin air instead, right? And as we're talking about windows, how about the fact that looking out of one is often a terrible idea? Yes, it may seem like an advantageous position to have, but you're often left absolutely blinded by the brightness and contrast shift. And in the time it takes to clear, a sniper can easily blow your brains out. And this also goes for when an entire wall has been demolished sometimes. The game decides it needs to be incredibly bright for you to look out of, but as soon as you leave the building, it's all fine again. Then there's the glitches with triggering damage from flames, barbed wire, and tripwires. Sometimes you can go nowhere near these things and you'll get hurt or killed. I've specifically walked around a tripwire to avoid it and been blown up. Once I was even sat still near one and it killed me. What's the deal there? I'm forced to ask, did it develop consciousness and decide to commit murder-suicide? I really don't have another explanation for it. Or another one is the bipod not deploying for completely unknown reasons. This can be on a primary weapon or on a rocket gun. It's so unbelievably inconsistent and often results in your death as you stand there staring at an object, willing it to let you bipod like it did just say 5 seconds ago, only to be then left looking at the respawn screen instead. There's also the assassination animation glitch. You know the one, where the glitch is that there isn't an assassination animation. I can often run right up behind someone and melee just to have my soldier basically tap them on the back. This is especially annoying when you do it to a flame trooper, who then promptly turns around and adds you to the barbecue menu. Or what about the gas mask not providing you with an animation, so you don't know if you have one on or not? Or not being able to pick up kits or your dynamite off the ground. And you know what? This this is becoming quite a list now, and I do want to leave some for you guys to suggest in the comments. So I'll finish off my list with a menu glitch. It's the fact that, at least on Xbox, you can't invite your friends when you're in a queue. It simply doesn't work. You have to wait until it says you're loading in, which means your friends have to wait to join the queue, further delaying you playing together. And don't even get me started with it then placing you on opposite teams when you finally get in there. But anyway, I'm sure you get the point. I'm not bashing the game or anything like that. I simply don't want this to happen again, and I'm sure you guys don't either. So get in the comment section, tell me which glitch is the most annoying for you, and let me know which ones you think I missed off my list. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating would be appreciated so very much, as would a subscription if you're new here. Join the Discord server if you haven't already. You get to talk to me, other community members, make friends, find people to play with, etc. and turn on those notifications with the bell button to see if YouTube actually wants to send them out anymore. Now let's head over to the Board of Awesome for the epic people who support the channel on Patreon. That support is helping me to do this full time, so thank you to everybody on here. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and my pinned comment. And with that all said, I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.